It's a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're in search of a new marketing channel, want to share your message with the world, or just want to have your own show, podcasting's an easy, inexpensive, and enjoyable way to expand your online reach. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more within minutes of finishing your recording. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right affiliates, and the Buzzsprout team is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Let's create something great together.
Man, you know it's all I've been singing all day today.
That song?
Nah.
Oh.
Fabo. Starting to see spaceships in Bankhead. No, the best part is when he said, "Help me, help me." Man, same side. Bro, he said, hold up. When he said, "I can't do this on my own. I need help." Help me, help me. I was like, dang, poor Fabo.
I'm like, Sue, what? You knew you didn't have that much money. Why the hell you buy a one-way ticket?
Yeah. That made no sense.
She said she'll wait on an unemployment check to come through.
But it didn't come through, so now you stuck.
Biden didn't do what he's supposed to do.
He did it today.
Oh.
He did it today.
Right. Guess what she said? Help me, help me.
You are now about to enter the hottest podcast on the planet.
It's your boy DJ Superman.
It's your girl So.
Peace, it's ya.
What's up? It's your boy Scooby.
Now get ready. You just entered the Tough Talk podcast with the Tough Talk crew.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Tough Talk Podcast, the Tough Talk crew. We are back again. It is March, spring is coming around the corner. St. Patty's Day coming up, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things is happening. But before we get into all that and more, let's introduce the crew. First up, we have So the Plug.
I'm here, yes. Woo, So.
No. Next up, we have Ya in the building.
West Face, talk to me nice.
And we also have my main man, Scoob, in the building.
What up?
You already know. And of course, me, DJ Superman, holding it down. But enough about me. Let's go ahead and get to what we all had going on this past week. Because I know I had a few things going on. What y'all had going on? I couldn't remember. We had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. I ain't have too much of nothing, you know what I'm saying? Just normal day-to-day stuff. I do have a question though. Why is there not a Reese's egg milkshake during Easter time?
Ooh.
Reese's egg?
It's gonna be
Yes.
too peanut buttery.
But a milkshake though.
No.
It's gonna be too peanut buttery.
But that's like a health shake thing though. Because if you got the peanut butter, that makes it healthy though.
True, but not true. Because you got a bunch
No.
of chocolate overload.
And you
Gonna be
would be
diabetical.
choosing-
Not really. I'm just saying.
Diabetical.
I'm just saying is that they make a regular Reese's milkshake with Reese's chopped up in it, the frozen Reese's pieces of Reese's in it. Why they can't freeze the eggs and do the same thing?
I feel like, doesn't McDonald's do that? Don't they have like a Reese's ice cream some sort?
Everybody has one pretty much.
Yeah, but that's pieces, ain't it? That's not an actual Reese's.
No, like
Isn't
no,
it the same thing? Don't
Yeah.
you still taste it?
No.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. And to everybody who thinks that I'm wrong, you're wrong. They taste your palate is not advanced enough to see that it tastes different. For all those people that tell me my palate's not advanced enough to taste certain things, yours is not advanced enough to taste that difference in between the egg and the regular Reese's.
I just stick with what I know.
I know
I
that
feel
Reese.
you.
I know that Reese ice
Dairy
cream off the chain
Queen
though.
Blizzard, the Heath Bar Blizzard.
Hmm.
At
Oh, I
Dairy
used to
Queen.
eat those a long time ago.
It's the bomb.
But yeah, I'm a cheesecake guy.
You like
too.
that?
Did you say cheesecake?
Cheesecake,
Yeah.
I can't get with it.
Like mixing
I'm
either
a-
strawberry, blueberry, anything with cheesecake, we good.
Cheesecake is like I just gotta want it at the time. It's not like my go-to.
Yeah, I can't get with it. I like key lime pie. As close as I get.
I can't do key lime.
I like key lime coconut yogurt.
Oh,
That's two things I can't do.
Yeah,
strawberry yogurt.
you lost me
Or
at all
cherry.
three. You lost me at all three words.
Listen, I'm over here eating asparagus, so I already know.
That's the bomb. Is it roasted?
I put it in the oven. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you straight there. Yeah.
Yep. That's good stuff. That's good eats.
Oh yeah. I've been learning,
Okay.
teaching myself some editing for like commercials and video clips and stuff like
For
that.
real? I need to make a commercial.
Yeah. Do you have Apple products or do you have Android?
I have my phone and my iPad. Is
Yeah.
Apple.
Premiere Pro. Try Premiere Pro.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I absolutely love
Uh-oh. And I got the little light thing already.
it. The ring light.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, I had to make a commercial for my alma mater. No, I
Oh,
was like,
word.
this is so late. Yeah,
I
they
love
did
it.
so late. This is so
Yeah,
late.
I love
And I had
it.
the wig on that day, so I had pulled it to the side.
You better pull it to the side.
Right?
It was cute.
That's what's up. And Scoob, somebody had a haircut, didn't they?
Oh yeah, honey got a haircut. I don't know where she at. She looks like a different dog. She don't look like she's raggedy.
I'll be trying to make her look different so her man don't want her.
Where honey at?
I was gonna say she got to wait for you to take her to the groomer
You heard
anyway.
I be trying to change her look. So her
Hey, I
man don't know who she is.
He gone. I don't know where he at.
They say he made too many babies.
Yeah, he gone. I hear.
Yeah, she ain't over here.
Nah, she must be on the bed. I heard the jingle.
She was just there. She probably thinks she got
And she been having
Yeah.
mad energy ever since that haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, she cute.
I mean, it's just like us. We feel better when we take care of ourselves. You gotta think about it. Like dogs get groomed. Like they already smell like dogs, you know. But then
Yeah.
they get groomed and like pampered and like,
Yeah, she had a hair bow and all.
yeah, it feels good.
Yeah. Did she let you take the hair bow off?
She took it off.
And Draco, not when he come home with the bow ties and the bandanas.
Yeah.
He like, they're like, bro, you're not sleeping in this. He followed me like I'm gonna steal it or something.
He already know what's up. Trying to take away his Mac Daddy.
Right.
I know what'll get her to come over here.
Why he getting honey? What y'all had going on?
Shake a bag, any bag. There was a protest. I didn't even know. I was taking my king. Right? Okay. So there was a group of beautiful kings representing the Nation of Islam downtown Greenville. Like they be right across the street from Coffee Underground.
Okay.
And they were posted up, they had a permit to be there. They were speaking, knowledge. They have a school. They're based out of New York, but they have a school here in Simpsonville. And so, basically they were just out there speaking knowledge and, trying to inform people about the programs. They also do like back to school drives. They feed the children. It's a lot of like community work and stuff.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden out of nowhere, police. When I say police, I mean, there was 40 bikes in the front and at least 40 bikes in the back. And then they had streets blocked off. So I'm coming back from taking my king food. And all of a sudden I hear one of the brothers with the Nation of Islam yelled to one of the brothers that's toting a machine gun in the street, mind you, with crowds of people, and he's telling them like that's not how we solve things. Like, we're sitting here trying to recruit people, and we have a school, we're teaching our people, you know, and you waving a machine gun at that in the middle of a protest. I mean, they're heavily armed in this crowd that they're in, and the police are literally in front of them, behind them, following them the whole 9 yards. The brother says that's why the police are right there. They're waiting for you to do something stupid, and then they're gonna shoot you dead in the street. And he told him, he was like, all you're gonna do is make these individuals out here innocent bystanders, you know. So I had a few minutes until it was time for me to leave, and so I decided to, you know, just walk and you know, observe from afar. And so I did, and every time they move, you can hear the police say forward, and then they're literally just following them. And then if they move in, the car's just moving, driving to the next street, blocking off streets. Because if you think about it, if anything happens, nobody's going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere. So it just was crazy to me, because I understand that, you know, everybody has something that they have to say, a point they have to make, stuff like that. But it just was crazy to me that those two organizations were not able to be on the same page. You know what I mean? Like, y'all are basically just taking different approaches. And and it just was.
Well, I was going to ask, like, was it an actual protest, or were they just there, you know, speaking their knowledge?
So the permit, the people that were with the Nation of Islam, they were there with their permit just to speak knowledge.
Okay.
But the second group had absolutely nothing to do
with
there's
two different groups. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the brother that's on the mic with the permit with the Nation of Islam was speaking to the brother that was in the crowd waving his machine gun.
Oh.
He was telling him, like, that's not how we solve things. You know what I'm saying? So they were just on different pages, like, as far as how to deal with things, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it threw me off. It was a lot going on downtown this weekend.
Wow.
That was Saturday. Yeah, that was Saturday.
Hey, what was I doing Saturday? That's crazy. How I miss all that?
Turning tables somewhere.
Saturday. What was I doing Saturday? Might have been laid up. I can't remember what we was doing. Anyway, Saturday. Golly, that was just 2 days ago.
Was it?
'Cause Friday, I was at Bonjour.
I'm not the only one confused.
And then Saturday. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that because I may be. Yeah, my memory is terrible. So what you had going on?
I stayed in the house because this is Shalanta. I was at home,
right,
staying safe because I love my life. So I did do one event for All-Star closeout All-Star weekend. That's it.
Staying out them streets. All I saw online was nothing but fight videos. So
no, it was shootings. I think it was like 26 shootings total. 13 and 13. Cars on bricks in Atlantic Station.
Wow.
What was going on?
The fools came out. We had some more highway. You know, we've been having highway shootings too, where people have been getting killed on the highway driving at night. One of them happened to be an artist that actually used to come to my first showcase. Chucky Trail came in from Houston. He unfortunately was murdered first thing Friday morning. He wasn't even here 24 hours. So after that, I kind of just was like, wow, I'm gonna sit down. So
I hate to hear that.
That's crazy. So that's why I said I lay low in Shalanta. So I don't know what's going on. There was a fight in Cumberland Mall at the DTLR. Just even today, the Chick-fil-A in Midtown got robbed or something was going on. A police officer got drugged. He pulled somebody over. They pulled off with him and the suspect's still missing. It was just a lot. It was a lot of cases of cars getting broken into And I guess when the owners would approach whoever, they shot at the owner, they shot at parking lot attendants shooting at them. That's why it was Shalana. They showed out.
Mm.
It's crazy.
So with the highway shootings, there's apparently no connection. It's just random. Like,
They've all been random. You know, Sci High, they shot at Sci High about a month ago now. They tried to kill him. They ran him. They shot at him. He like went off the road and flipped. He said that they turned around and came back on the exit ramp the wrong way and shot at the car again. But luckily, he got out the car when it flipped, and he was able to hide behind a tree.
yeah,
And he was pleading, like, "Who is it? What did I do? Please tell me. We gotta fix this." And then it's been more since then. Luckily, he lived to tell his story. But
right.
the other ones so far, they've been killed.
Wow.
Yep. So
Okay, people just be careful. Is it one piece of highway or is it different parts of the highway?
the main ones where it's been like repeated, it was 85.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the like down coming out of downtown, like 400. Like when you merge,
Yeah.
you know, it's like it's been a couple of them there. And then Sci High was on 20. And there was another guy killed on 20. He was on his way to work one morning, about 6 in the morning, and shot him. Still don't know why. He was like the second case, I think. We're at 8 now, that total. And I heard it was something on 285 yesterday or the day before. I got to look that one up. But
So these are all definitely like in the morning, not most so
like 2,
after the
3
club,
in the morning-ish. Yeah, like 2, 3, 4, somewhere between, I say 2 and 6 because the other guy was at 6 in the morning on 20. But yeah, it's like those hours, which is eerie because, you know, that's usually times that I'm coming home.
right? Or any of us, you know, could be on the road at that time.
Right.
Shoot,
Yep. So,
that's crazy. All right,
Yeah.
yeah, I keep out for that.
yeah.
Let's see. Only other thing I had going on was I'm now official SC notary now, so I can put that out there. I got my stamp and everything. So if anybody needs some documents notarized or whatever, or trying to get married, hit your boy up. I'm here for your services. You know what I'm saying? All of South Carolina, I got you. But
I need my will notarized.
I got you.
I'm updating it.
Yeah, just let me know. You know, I'll zoom be over there in a second. I see the puff of smoke. Where you come from? Oh, you know Superman, you know what I'm saying? Ching! Notarized. That's gonna be my thing. Every time I hit it, go cha-ching! Notarized.
Listen, I want to get your first notary on camera. Just putting the stamp to the paper.
Right. But Sunday, we did go down to Atlanta for Artistry Unplugged. We were invited by is it Vocal or Vocal?
Vocal.
It is Vocal? Okay. By Vocal. It was actually the last one they were doing at this location. It's an apartment this guy owned, one of his different properties that he has. And I think they said they've been doing it for 3 or 4 years, going strong at that particular location. But that was the last one they had there. I got a couple clips on my stories and on my IG. So if y'all listen to this, go to my IG at DJ_SUPA_MAN. Y'all can see one of the artists there. They weren't doing a whole bunch of filming and everything. But everybody was dope. It was a really good show. I'm pretty sure, if not everybody, everybody at least knows of So, if not have already been to her show that was there, because they were some dope artists. Yeah, that was a really good night, real cool atmosphere and everything. But aside from that, I guess we can go ahead and run to this topic for tonight. Y'all ready?
What did Scoop do this weekend?
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, let's see. I worked. And I went to my friend's house. because it was their daughter's birthday. But you know, you grew up in that time where it was your birthday, and then after the birthday, it was the grown folk kickback.
That part.
We all know about that. So yeah, I went to the grown folk kickback, play little spades. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of that. But I mean, honey went and got a haircut. Oh, she finally made it around the corner. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
This little beautiful girl.
There's a lot of people, bro.
Oh man, she looks so clean
Oh. Well, hello there.
and furry and
Hi.
friendly.
Oh, hello, baby mama.
She looked cuter in screen than in person.
Yeah.
She does look cute.
All right, now get down.
She looks so well behaved too.
Yeah. For the most part.
Don't do her.
Sound like that.
Don't play with her.
She's hard headed. She don't listen. But yeah, that's pretty much what my weekend consisted of. It was pretty productive yet boring.
I mean, it's not boring. You still having fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what everybody did this weekend. I bet y'all watched Coming to America.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yes.
Yeah.
I forgot
Thank
about
you.
that.
I knew I was forgetting something.
Let's not forget that. Yeah, I watched it Friday night.
Oh yeah. So did we. I completely forgot. Wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, like I told Soup when I was telling him, I was like, all in all, it was a great movie. That's what everybody, like he said, same thing. Everybody's underlining that part. It was great writing, great acting, storyline was great. It wasn't what we had in the nostalgia and overall, but the nostalgia was there. Like he had basically the original cast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is important. We need that.
Right.
Yeah, we need resonation. I know a lot of remakes I didn't particularly care for because they changed the characters.
Mm-hmm.
You can resonate with the movie more.
Exactly. But I'm trying to be like the king, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to we need to run through my funeral first. You know what I mean? So I can make sure y'all gonna do it right.
I should have said spoilers in case anybody hadn't seen it yet, but hopefully everybody's seen it by now. So
You are right.
Yeah, hey man, listen.
yeah, it's too late.
Too late now.
Yeah.
You're listening. But hopefully you have. But that's at the beginning, so I really didn't spoil too much. Everybody kind of figured he was, passing on. Because But I want to run through first. I want to make sure y'all gonna do this right.
Like my whole thing was like, everybody is like dogging the movie. I'm like, what do y'all expect? Because like, this is my comparison. The first, like any classic of that level is kind of like, that first whatever, that first kiss, that first, time you made love, the first, time you did a drug if you did a drug, that first whatever, you can't get that first back. Yeah, you can't get that first back ever. Yeah. So after that, like, what do you want? Like, you know what I'm saying? So they, like Scoob said, it was good writing. The casting was on point. There was a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of like little things that they threw in there. And it's like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting this person to be in the movie. It was just an all around good film. Yeah. It is what it is.
And they could have done a lot worse for it to be a sequel too. People mess up with sequels so often. Like they did really, really well.
Yep.
And I ain't gonna lie, some of that CGI was kind of like a little next level to me, because that elephant, you could tell it was fake, but it looked really real. Like,
and the
what I'm
lion.
saying? Yeah, like it's like, okay, kind of stuff that you got at Tyler Perry Studios, boy. They on point down there.
I think it was funny. I feel like some stuff was done on purpose, to be honest. Like I think with somebody, I know when I saw it, I laughed. Yeah. So I think somebody knew what they were, because they had budget for it. So there's no reason they did it just because.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that movie had a lot of good stuff in it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Although I should have saw it coming, but with Tiana's character, I should have saw what she did coming. But when she did it, I was like, Okay, I see what's happening here. Like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
So it all kind of tied the story back together at that point. So I was like, okay, good job.
Just my favorite part was towards the end when they were singing and all the people from Zamunda were looking at her like she was crazy. I was like, oh, y'all forgot she was from America, huh?
Right.
Y'all forgot she's from Queens, right? I guess that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
She automatically assumed that a role and stepped out of where she was, what she was.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about it, Soso?
It was cool. I actually watched it twice.
Hey.
Yeah, like y'all said, it had funny parts, and then there were some parts that I don't think some people caught. It probably went over their head the first time. Like, there's no Wakanda. It's called Zamunda. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
like there was like a shot, kind of like, what y'all talking about. But yeah, it was funny.
Gems in there too. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody caught any, but they definitely dropped mad gems in there.
Yeah, it would be a good like somebody in communications right now. Those are some good. That would be a good paper to write on.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree.
All right. Well, shoot. What time we got? Yeah, let's go ahead and definitely hit this topic real quick before we get too far down the line. So today on the show, we're going to talk about what is a patriot. What is a patriot? What is DJ Superman talking about? I have no idea. Well, I'm going to let you know. So first off, what is a patriot? A patriot is, by definition, a person who vigorously supports their country and is prepared to defend it against enemies or detractors. Okay, cool. Now, in y'all's opinion, what to y'all would you say is a patriot? Or whom to you do you feel is patriotic or that would, fit that? Or just, what do you think?
I think there's many ways to support your country. So I think it depends on what characteristic or not exactly characteristic, which countries do have character, whether we think about it or not. But I think it's about what exactly you're supporting of your country.
Yeah, pretty much.
When I think about the servicemen and women, police officers, they take the oath to protect and serve. So I feel like technically they're supposed to be patriots. They're supporting the country, by any means necessary. So, of course, them. Some of these politicians are supposed to be, just taking the dictionary descriptions. Politicians, of course, your president, all those people, officials. And then some people, they just be too far. I ain't gonna say too far, but they don't like to see change, and they just like fight no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying to protect what is and not wanting to see something change. I kind of could see them probably being kind of like a patriot because they're thinking they're protecting. I don't know if that's kind of confusing, but that's my head.
Okay. Well, going with that, now say, like what you just said, you have those that had the mindset, well, in my mind, I like things where they are, and I'm going to protect those values. But at the same time, the country's moving forward with or without you.
Mm-hmm.
And the country is still the country. So what happens then to this individual? Like, and we're going to touch on this a little bit later, but, there are some things that can happen over here depending on what their actions are. You know what I mean? Because at one point in time, yes, they could have been a great patriot, but now, this ain't yesteryear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
Could I say something? It just
go
made
ahead.
me think like country technically is a nation with a government, right?
Right.
Occupying a particular territory. it makes me think of the Panthers or the Nation of Islam or any organization, I would say right now, that is pro their people. But I do know that the Black Panthers started to, police our neighborhoods and basically just have more control over what goes on versus just existing in a space where people can come in and go and attack. Like, you're basically just defending and upholding your values. So I would think like the Black Panthers and the Nation of Islam were patriots in their own sense. It makes me think of, did you guys see the Fred Hampton story, the movie that came out this year?
Did Judas and the Black Messiah?
Yes.
No, I hadn't got to watch it yet.
It was wonderful. It was so wonderful. The children didn't make it through the whole movie, but I do want to put it on again for them at some point in time because, I definitely think that he was 21 years old when he was brutally murdered, conspired against and premeditatedly murdered. But the work that he was doing was enough to scare patriots of another patriarchy. And he himself was also a patriot. So sometimes what you're defending, regardless of what it is, you can still be a patriot and have enemies. So that movie was great. It was super, super great. But yeah, the Black Panthers for sure. And the Nation of Islam. And I'm sure there's other nations here and there, but those are the ones that I know for sure are all about upholding their values and defending them.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And that's one of those things, if you were to go out and I'm trying to figure out how to integrate a public Q&A into the show. Because I bet if you ask, random individuals, what do you consider to be a patriot? They'll give you the answer. And then you ask them, okay, do you think Black Panthers are a patriot? And you can get a ton of mixed, answers. Like, I can just imagine, you know what I mean? So
perspective has a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah.
But truth is always true.
Mm-hmm. And just kind of see, where people's mindsets are, like, because like you said, perspective, their background, their upbringing, their political views, all that kind of, plays a role into it. So in regards to political views, this kind of goes on to one of the topics I'm going to touch on. So I know we know this answer, but of course it was a huge national thing. But, with Colin Kaepernick, he was being patriotic in the sense of wanting government reform with the police, but they took it to a whole nother something else just because he wasn't standing while the flag was raised, during the national anthem. But that had nothing to do with not being patriotic. It had to do with, something totally different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it goes back to y'all's point. He's standing for something that he believes in, so that technically makes him patriotic.
Mm-hmm.
And just the fact that that's something that someone else believes in, to them it's a contradiction, but that and necessarily discredit his intention. I think sometimes we go so far beyond intention, we forget the reason behind the action that was taken, which I feel like that make more sense. It holds more weight, because you can't control how someone responds or receives who you are. So it's common, but I mean, I know that he did he eventually get a different deal?
They offered deals, but he didn't take any of them.
Yeah.
That was the last I heard of him.
Mm-hmm. I know, so I was about to say so.
I'm just thinking about the whole thing with the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance. Like, they got mad at him because he kneeled during the national anthem, but think just how serious they take that. Mm-hmm. Like, you're supposed to stand, be still, put your hand over your chest, your heart, and then when they walk off, you still stand, and then you wait to be seated. like that in itself, the rules surrounding the national anthem, like they're really patriotic about that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes perfect
It
sense.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. And so my mind drifted off. Like, I just wonder why. Like, I know why, but then I wonder why. If that, yeah.
So I guess we can ask the question is being a patriot, just simply like you say, going to a game or in a sporting event, putting your hand over your heart, respecting the flag and then going about your business, or is it actually, going to a recruitment, picking one of their service lines of duty and actually protecting the country for real? Like, where does that fall into? Or like y'all was saying, if I'm a Black Panther, but I'm still serving my community, protecting my people, what's the difference?
Yeah. No, because like growing up, like in the morning, you have the morning announcements and they say, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And then the whole school stands. And so then you did have those kids who, Jehovah Witnesses or Muslim, whatever the case, and they didn't observe that, right? And we often looked at them funny. You know what I'm saying? Like back then, I really didn't know the difference. To me, everybody was the same. So when I started seeing it, I was like, oh, that's interesting. But we were kind of taught like something's wrong with them or they're different because they don't do it. And so fast forward to now with the national anthem at the games and, they're mad because he kneeled. But think about how many people don't stand up in the stadium. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then think about the people in the crowd that get mad at those people because they're not standing up or they didn't put their, you know what I'm saying? So like, it really goes deep, this patriotic thing, this whole patriotism, it goes pretty deep.
Yeah.
I think people want to be able to put you in a box to be able to expect the outcome. I think people want to be able to know what they're looking at and the possibilities, because we have to really get down to the bottom of what it is to pledge allegiance. Allegiance is simply loyalty or commitment to something, and for you to pledge allegiance, for them to teach us to pledge allegiance to anything outside of ourselves from such an early start and condition us to pledge allegiance to that before ourselves, I think is a whole nother, mind game. Because truly and honestly, they never explained to us what we were doing. It literally just was something that we became in the habit of doing and recognized, so that every day we stood up like robots and did it because it meant, we're not terrorists. You know what I mean? I think that they just need to feel like they know who you are. You know what I mean? And if they can't identify you, then they're afraid. We fear what we don't know. That lack of understanding could get you anything outside of what you're planning for yourself. So I think, this nation has its own principles that it was built on, intentionally or unintentionally. And there are people that are in alignment with that. And there are people who don't exactly agree with that and are, doing their own things about it. And I think that is the biggest issue.
Because I'm just thinking, like, I'm really just sitting here thinking about stuff that I never thought about. But like, going back to that, like you're saying, like we were taught in, was it 1776, the country was free, 4th of July. I never heard about Juneteenth until probably like 3-4 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, why? And then like the Black national anthem, lift every voice and sing. A lot of younger generations, like right now, they don't know that. It wasn't taught. Like maybe Black History Month, it's the highlight, but it does make you wonder, why wasn't our history incorporated and taught to us the same amount of time? Just like in the state of Georgia, in 8th grade, you have to take Georgia history. It's a mandatory class. So I took that my whole 8th grade year, Georgia history. For why? I give a flying crap. Like, not being funny, but I just didn't. And you know what I remember about Georgia history? The highlight of it, my teacher stepped out of the classroom. He made us watch Glory. And that part was like,
gosh,
oh my Lord, 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 Lord. Yeah. That's the highlight. So when he came back in the classroom, my class was singing. Somebody was beating on the desk, and it's like, they just started. Like, shut up! He's a young white guy. That's what I remember from 8th grade. Like, no lie, that's all I remember.
Well, I mean,
so, and then the reason I'm saying all this, like, so with my son, I pulled him out of public school, 11th grade, and he went to homeschool, but I couldn't do homeschool, so I took him somewhere where someone else basically facilitated it. He came home so excited. Out of all 12 years of him going to school, his junior and senior year were the best years of his life, because he was coming home talking about black this, black that, banking, and like he learned so much just about his culture in those 2 years than all the years that he went to the public school. And so I'm just thinking about all of this, like back to the Pledge of Allegiance. Why didn't we have a second one? I don't know, for us, you know what I'm saying, for our culture, for Juneteenth, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, that just goes all back to white supremacy, I mean, it is what it is. In my opinion, and it may have been before then, but I want to say after the Second World War, that's when America was like, hey, this is what we need to like get on a program to make everybody, I guess make everybody a patriot. So that way we can ensure the safety of this nation, to keep it as it is, and, keep the communists out, and, all this other stuff or whatever. And, from then on, like the powers have been slowly shifting and swinging, and here we are now, But, at the end of the day, in regards to that just goes all the way back to just, white supremacy, just them wanting everything to be this way. Everything else doesn't matter. If it's not in the books, it don't count. You know what I mean? All of that. So, as far as that goes. But I had something on my mind. Then we just kind of like went to the left, to the right a little bit. But it was all important stuff. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's all like feeding to the same thing. But okay, let me throw this in there. All right, so we done covered what a patriot is, what our thoughts of a patriot is, examples of other patriotism other than the national norm of what patriotism is, displays of patriotism, where it be standing for the flag, or enlisting in service and things like that. All right, well, so now we're at a point where we have individuals that think patriotism is one thing, where in reality it's something else. So like what I mean by that is, okay, I had to look it up because I had no idea what it is. I've been hearing about this group for I don't know how many weeks now, and they came out of nowhere to me, but apparently they've been around kind of like here and there for a while now, whatever. But this whole QAnon thing, like I don't understand it.
I started watching a little bit about it, and I still want to dive deeper into it just to kind of understand, but it's just like, it's strange. It's hard to understand, and it's like almost like to me it seems cult like.
Yeah, well, here's the definition I got. So the definition I have is QAnon, or simply Q, is a disproven and discredited American far-right conspiracy theory aligning that secret cabal of Satan-worshiping, cannibalistic pedophiles is running a global sex trafficking ring and plotted against former U.S. President Donald Trump while he was in office.
Yep, like apparently they sacrifice babies and drink their blood, drink infant blood for strength. And like I said, I hadn't got all the way into it like I want to, but I've just heard bits and pieces. And I didn't start seeing anything about it until I watch a lot of Vice, and they do a lot of political stuff and all that stuff. And that's what I'm saying. I was started watching their little series they had about it. And that's why I heard little bits and pieces, and it's starting to like, it seem more, you know what I mean? It's it sounds more brainwashing than anything, and you just gotta go into it just like, all right, I'm just trying to hear about it, see what it's about, but that's it. Because it's like people are just like, and I think the main thing that I saw about it that's really sucking people in is the whole Save the Children campaign. That's what's really sucking a lot of people into it, because like you said, it's the human trafficking of children, so they're automatically Save the Children, boom. And that's what a lot of the signs and stuff I've seen and saw about it, the mass majority are signs that say Save the Children.
And also what I'm seeing is they're also pulling in, I guess, particularly the evangelical Christians into it, because they're trying to, like, stop abortion, all that and everything. So it all comes down to this, mixing pot of ideas that's like covered under this. And then that's what the whole, let's, keep supporting Trump thing, because they believe that Trump is the one, to, I guess, put the shining light on it or whatever, which, whether he is or not, all right, cool. But some of it, I can kind of like see what they're going with, but some of it, I'm like, I don't know. Because they, like Scoob was saying, you can get real deep into the rabbit hole with this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's super
it's
deep.
like...
it's a deep rabbit hole to go into. Like I said, that's the type of stuff I watch on TV all the time. I'm just like sucked in and I'm just watching it. And I'm like, oh, really? This is how this stuff works. Like, oh, wow.
But did you guys see that Jeffrey Epstein documentary?
Well,
I've yet to watch it.
I would say that's a good place to start, just because I think that following his journey is really what unearthed a lot of things for me. And also, our children don't watch SpongeBob anymore because did you notice that SpongeBob's address is Jeffrey Epstein's address?
No,
I remember hearing about it.
I don't partake in SpongeBob either. My kids have never been able to watch it. It's like, nope.
Yeah, there's a lot of inappropriate stuff surrounding the making of the show, the actual show.
How they stay in bikini bottom.
They really do represent, the 7 deadly sins. I mean, I know there was a show about that, Mr. Krabs' greed, and they got greed, they got gluttony, they have pride. I mean, you can literally point out you can point out each. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah, these cartoons, they slide in a lot of low key stuff because they know the kids ain't gonna pay attention, but the parents ain't gonna watch it either. So they just slide it on out. But I know that particular topic can go way deeper. But the point where I was getting to was with QAnon, that also led to the rioting at the Capitol. And with the rioters at the Capitol, all of them consider themselves to be patriots. So where is the line drawn at patriotism? Because if you ask me, as soon as you turn against your own government, that then kind of makes you a terrorist. But to them, they think they're patriots. So where's, is it one of those things where it's like one man's, what's the word? How the phrase go? One man's terrorist is another man's, what's the word?
Knight in shining armor.
we can go with that. We know
essentially I think where they're getting the ideas or seeing that is patriotism is going back to what Soso was saying. They're stuck in the past, because you think about the past, they had to attack the government that they were under to go and be free to do whatever they wanted or to create their own government. So in that aspect, that's the way I look at it, as in they're seeing that as that spot, like, hey, well, this is the way we see the government should be, so we're going to try to topple the government and make our government the way we want to, in a nutshell.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think to each his own understanding. Like I can just piggyback because it's truly the same, just a matter of like what you hold dear and why. And if it stems from a very ancient place, then you have ancient views. So I just think that like everybody's different and they got here from a different way. Some people benefited off of um, the detrimental effects of others, you know, and some people benefited off of, you know, spreading love and light and positivity. So I think it just depends on how it has helped you in your journey and what you uphold because of it. Because truly and honestly, like we only care about things that have made us or damn near broke us. So that is in a sense where people get their strength from and their strong sense and value of patriotism is just however they feel. So I think it depends on who you're in front of and what they done been in front of.
And I do think it's good to know all history. And when I say all, that's why I wish more of our history was included. So it was a balance. Like some people probably gonna kill me for this, but like even now, I get it. We're doing more to be recognized as a culture. However, I don't want it to be overkill where we kind of take over and wipe out the other side of history, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Removing all the statues and, you know, I get it. But then it's like, to me, it's a fine line of making us kind of become the same way. So I just feel like it is good to know both sides of the history books because it helps you. Like, I think I told you guys before, I learned about North Carolina and how at one point it was a Republican, but it was Black Republicans. And then they ran them out and now it switched over to Democrat. Yeah. But back in the day, the Black people ran North Carolina and they were Republican. And that's something that we need to know just as much as, you know, everything else that's taught.
Right.
You know, that's just my view. And that way I feel like we can be true patriots because we'll have a full sense of understanding.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Oh, for sure.
100.
You have to be able to make a rational decision from all of the information provided. And I feel like that is a key point, is that half of the information is never present for us to make a decision.
Nope.
Yeah, all the history books in school particularly need to be rewritten. Not in the sense of, you know, erasing history, but including other history, you know, in the actual factual, you know, things that happen. Because I don't know if they added it now, but are they even talking about, you know, Tulsa, Oklahoma? You know what I mean? Are they, you know, including, you know, anything that was important to African American culture in these books? You know what I mean? Like,
and these holidays, where these holidays have stemmed from, you know, because they'll tell the story of what is it, the Pilgrims, when they're talking to Thanksgiving. You know, that was a massive slaughtering. You know, people speak of St. Patrick's Day. We don't celebrate that. He murdered thousands of people, basically enforcing a religion. Yeah, it was a massive slaughtering. So a lot of these, you know, my family, we don't particularly celebrate holidays, but we do take the opportunity, you know, us having that time off and together to just spend and maybe educate ourselves and also, you know, just, you know, be together. But there are a lot of things we celebrate and don't exactly know the energy we're supporting behind where it comes from. So I think that that's another thing that's important, is just having understanding as to what we are celebrating.
Yep. Anybody else?
No, I agree. Like I said, I just wish that it was easy for us to really know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like Juneteenth, you know, and like this past year, it was funny because our CEO, he just learned of Juneteenth. So he like had a simulcast and he is Caucasian. He had a simulcast and he was like really excited about Juneteenth. He was like, I never knew about this. And he's like, this is great. And he's like, happy Juneteenth.
I love
That's
that.
funny,
I
but
love
like he really was excited, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so it's like, dang, like more of our history does need to be revealed. Because we had some great things happen in our culture just as much, you know what I'm saying? And we had some great people that did some great things, and they should be celebrated more than just 28 days in February.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna look at the calendar and go ahead and request my day off for Juneteenth, but that's a Saturday this year. and I'm already doing a wedding that day, and I need that money. So I think I'm gonna celebrate that Sunday. But that night when I get done with that wedding, I'm gonna put my shirt on and ride on out till Monday. So that'd be my support.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nah. That is the most patriotic thing I can do at this point in time. Because honestly, you know, if you do participate in Juneteenth, that is very patriotic. You know, whether people think it is or not. You know, not patriotism does not reside in red, white, and blue. That's what people don't understand. You know?
Yeah, big facts there.
And as soon as people can understand, and I mean people as in just all of the ones, and I don't even want to say residing in the nation because for whatever reason, it feels like the word patriotism only resides in America or North America. And, you know, I don't know about how the rest of the world views, you know, being patriotic or anything like that. Maybe Great Britain does, I don't know. But in regards to the United States of America, the view of being a patriot is within the red, white, and blue, gun-toting, I got my rights, and, you know, if anything goes against that, you're a communist or, you know, you're against America. It's like, what? There's more to America than just that. Like, America is supposed to be, you know, a bigger envision. Yes, it is still, you know, the longest ongoing experiment of, you know, history, but, you know, I think we're making some progress in regards to what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, there's just more to it.
It's the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Right. And America's favorite pastime is now people watching. It's not baseball no more. Sorry.
I just remember growing up in Connecticut when I moved to Georgia. Everybody was like, "Oh, you're a Yankee." And I was like, "Okay."
Right.
Do you know what their definition of the Yankees started as? Like, what do people say the Yankees are today?
Oh, were you asking or you about to tell us?
Well, I know from then. So I'm asking, what do you perceive a Yankee today? What is the definition for them?
I just thought it was someone from up north.
Yeah, pretty much.
It used to be those who would go catch the runaways. The Yankees. The Yankees are coming. The Yankees are coming.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So it's just crazy to me, you know, the Dodgers. They call the Dodgers the runners, the Yankees the catchers. So it's crazy to me how they have the names for the teams now. Isn't that it's a slap in the face. And that's why I say, like, in this country, like, you really do have to it's a game, you know,
read
like
between the lines.
Yeah, there you go.
So we fussed about the Washington Redskins and how they can't even come up with a name for the Washington football team or whatever. Well, we still got Yankees and Dodgers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for that, because I didn't have no idea about that one, and I'm pretty sure some of our listeners are going like, "Oh, wow, okay, I didn't know about that."
Well, my little man had a book report the other day, and he had Jackie Robinson as his individual for Black History Month, and it was just crazy because, you know, watching the movie and hearing the stuff, and then it brings back a lot, and, you know, just it's so much, you know, but. Yeah, no, there's a lot of things that are still written the way that they were 50, 60, 70 years ago. And today, you know, it's just normalized. That's all. But it still means the same thing. We just are accepting of what it is and sometimes forget and stop passing along the knowledge. And, you know, of course, people just want entertainment sometimes. And baseball is baseball. And You know, it doesn't matter if you're cheering for a team that's capitalizing off of your detriment, because you know that's a good baseball, you know, in your mind. So it's all of a mind game. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm about to say something. Something about the game. That's why I need to start writing down stuff in the middle of the show, so I won't be forgetting stuff.
Story of my whole life.
Where's that fish oil at, Scoob?
Man.
You know, ginkgo biloba is good too.
Ginkgo, okay.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Start taking that mess. Well, I don't mean it as mess, but you know what I mean. All right.
It's natural.
All right. So until my memory comes back to me, because y'all know how I am. I'm terrible. Yeah. Any last words in regards to this? Because I know we slowly getting to the end of our showtime in regards to things that we've covered in regards to what a patriot is, what a patriot should look like, don't look like, you know, things like that.
I think you should be a patriot to yourself and your own nation before, you know, you can pledge your allegiance to another nation, because the way that you prove yourself and your loyalty and commitment is to first have something that is a living example of, you know, your determination to uphold that.
Well said. Well said. Scoob, so?
Same. Pretty much. I mean, I feel like that actual question is a rabbit hole in itself, because like you can go to so many different aspects of it and go from there, because there's so many different opinions on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I brought the topic up.
Nope, I agree with school, because like, remember in the beginning of the conversation, I almost could have went 3 lefts and a right. Just easily. So yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. Well, last thing I'm gonna say about it is, you know, in regards to being a patriot in the US of A, it is not restricted to a political party. It is not restrictive to you standing for a flag at a baseball game. It is not, you know, just these things. Sure, it can be a part of it, but, you know, in a greater sense, if somebody was legitimately attacking this country, would you help your fellow man be protected by this outsider? I think that's part of being a patriot as well as, you know, helping someone that's in need is just as much as helping someone out is the same as being a patriot, the same as, you know, donating your time, you know, anything that contributes to your community in any way, shape, or fashion, in my opinion, makes you a patriot. Because we all have to live in this country, we all have to share this space, we all have to survive at the end of the day. And, you know, our main key thing is self-survival. And after that, and you're helping everybody else, I don't see what's wrong with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, the government's not perfect, but what government is perfect on this planet? Not one of them. So we just have to do what we can, you know, stay educating ourselves, you know, trying to do better. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. You know, stay with your loved ones, help them, protect them, love them, help your fellow man. And that's pretty much it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Uphold and protect all that you value and pledge allegiance to.
Yes. So from there, I'm just running to what we have coming up for this week, if we do or don't, and then we can go ahead and wrap this up. So while she's taking a little 2 seconds to step away for a second.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything coming on?
Too much of nothing, man. Just same old, same old. Work week. Nah, I mean, I got some stuff coming up next month, but that's it. Like I was saying earlier, I got the Trap and Paint in April. Um, I will be releasing the information. Tickets will be on Eventbrite. I will be DJing it. A couple of good friends of mine. I did a couple events with them before. They've done. They do, instead of sipping paint, they do paint and poetry. So they have poets come out, but still do wine and you paint. So I'm gonna have all the information for that soon. It'll be up on my Instagram and my Snap and my Facebook. So you'll be able to find that information there. It's gonna be a good time. They always do.
Snap again, Scoob.
What, my Snap? Oh yeah, y'all got to get on my Snap. So it is DJ Scooby Snacks, but the snacks is SNA 3X's 88. Because it's fun times on my Snap, everybody. Because some days I've gotten slack, but we do grooves with Scoob on the way to work, from work, or any of his daily adventures. So you get some good music, some good jams, and you get to see me lip sync. So it's fun times. It's all fun. It's all fun. People love it. I just started doing it one day, and people are like, "Oh, you should do this every day." Like, I get people tell me, I made their day, whatever. And correction on my name, there's no 88. So
Okay, take out the 88.
Yeah, so yeah, or you can do it with the 88. Either or, it'll pull it up. It's me. I'm that guy. That dude Scoobs. If you want to know, my Instagram is DAT_DUDE_Scoobs with a Z, not a S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not doing nothing. In the words of I think it was Ice Cube, somebody is like, "You better lay low." So I'm just gonna lay low.
Nate Dogg.
Oh, Nate Dogg, yeah. I know it was one of them, dang it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna sit myself down. Can't be out in these streets right now. In the words of Big Javi, the streets ain't safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell my girl that, because I don't know how many photo shoots she got coming up, but all I'm gonna have to be daytime trips, no nighttime trips for the next, I don't know, whatever y'all got going on down there.
Yeah, just be careful.
Because if I would have known there was that many, I would not have went down there yesterday. Because I know we was on the hill, well, we went on the highway that late, but it was about 12 o'clock when we left from where that QT is, right by the Popeyes, and we hit back on the highway. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's that same strip right down through there. So, yeah. Well, let's see. While y'all getting back, let's see. This week, well, the weekend is pretty crazy. Regular Friday party, Bonjour Craig, 8 to 12. We bumped it up because thank you, Government Master. Our alcohol cutoff at 11 has been lifted. So we're going a little bit longer, 8 to 12. Everybody else is wide open.
Bumping.
What's that?
I said bumping, ain't it?
Right. And then I'll be in Seneca that Saturday morning for that St. Patrick's Day 5K half marathon. I'll be there from 6 to 9, early, getting it in. They're going to have me on the station down there playing live, as well as for everybody that's going to be out there running and everything. And then that night, I got a private party. And then we'll have some fun on Sunday, family stuff, all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, what you got going on this week?
Pretty much. I still have some editing to play around with, and then I have an eyeglass frame shoot to do, like spring collection of eyeglasses. I have a cousin who has her own eye line. She's been working in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's been working in optometry for well over a decade now. And so she has her frames, Shake Optics. So we've got a shoot we're putting together for that, and then probably put together some little recap stuff. Nothing too crazy, but just playing around with some new stuff I've been learning with editing and I ordered a new lens, so I should be getting that this week, which I'm excited about because it's the lens I've wanted for over a year now. And anybody knows, like, if you can work with a little bit of what you need and make it into something amazing, by the time you have everything that you need, you're gonna be 10 times better than where you would be if you had started with what you needed, because you learn how to make things work with what you have. So I'm excited. I'm just really looking forward to it. And then I got a new tripod coming, so I'm just excited.
Yeah. I'm about to link you with my cousin, because he's an optometrist in Clemson, and he's been doing that for a while. So I don't know if he would need the services, but I'm gonna pitch it to him, see what can happen out of it, and you never know what might happen. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of people.
Oh yeah. How about connecting? You know what we do.
For sure.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is it for this episode. My man.
It was such a profound whisper.
I know. Look, it's gonna be one episode, and all y'all gonna see is Scoob leaving from his seat, and then something come around like. That's how it's gonna be. Okay, so wait a minute. What's today? 8. Okay. Yeah. All right. So all right. What we got here is I ain't trying to cover the camera. Identity crisis and the effects it has on the world today.
Cool.
I'm gonna let y'all speculate on where I'm gonna go with that, and then when y'all find out, y'all gonna be like, "Oh shit." So it's gonna that one's gonna be an interesting one. I've been waiting a hot minute to talk about that one because that can go a lot of different ways. I hope it doesn't cancel us, but we'll see what happens. But they're not paying our stuff anyway, so it don't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
But
funded by us.
Yes. I can't say that either. That'll definitely get us a lawsuit.
Hey man, not 100%, but y'all get it.
Yeah.
I remember what I forgot earlier.
Oh, go ahead.
So Guava Island with Danny Glover and Rihanna. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that to me was a perfect example of patriotism because he stood for what the people needed rather than the dictator, what he was doing and his beliefs and everything. He stood for the people. And so regardless of what the country represented, he was like, we live in paradise. And, we deserve to enjoy paradise. So he did something that only the people would be able to receive. And it spoke volumes. So that to me was patriotism, what Danny Glover did. I think his name was Danny. Yeah, Danny.
Donald.
Oh, I keep calling him Danny. His name was Danny in the movie. And then his name is Donald Glover.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
And there's an actual Danny Glover, but he a lot older. He way up there.
That's Danny Glover is Mr. from Color Purple.
Yeah.
No, actually, Rihanna's name was Danny in the movie.
Hers was Kofi. Yeah.
No, he was Kofi.
What?
I watched it so many times. I'm sorry. I'm done, man. So I've watched it like a gajillion times.
I think Kofi was Rihanna. I'm gonna go back and check. We're gonna talk about this later.
I'm gonna Google it now.
So I guess for the future, I guess the question could be: can corporations and patriotism mix?
If both parties are willing and interested.
Oh, Donald Glover, that's Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, he is a very, 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 very talented man.
Oh, I love that.
He's ahead of his time.
This is America.
For sure.
Yeah,
He does that. You have to watch Guava Island because he reenacts it in Guava
Yeah,
Island.
he does
Oh,
it,
really?
and they do it with the machine tools and everything. It's so fire.
It makes
I
me
went.
think,
I went
oh
to
my
his
gosh.
release. He had a release party when they did the Atlanta release
Yeah.
Oh,
premiere
word.
thing. I went and he performed, gave a hell of a show. It was
Yeah,
lit.
he used to write.
At the Ponce City Market, where I took you and David
Oh.
that time. Yep.
So
it
it's
was
on the
lit.
roof or where?
Yeah. 'Cause
Huh.
they had changed it. I had to see if I still had the pictures. It was
Funny
lit.
thing is when he was on the Community, that show he was doing, he was writing that show too, right?
Oh.
What, Atlanta?
No, the Community, the show
Oh.
he used to be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big writing part in that show.
Huh.
I believe
Yeah,
it. He's definitely way ahead of his time. That man is so talented.
Yes.
And
I
you
found
can
it-
see it in his face. He knows himself. He's confident in
Oh,
himself.
yes.
Yeah.
100%. I'm a
Mhm.
total fan. He's
It's like him and Jordan Peele are like here on that like intellectual writing skill level. You know what I
the
mean?
dude can act, he can sing, he can rap, he can write.
He can dance. Let's
can
not forget he can dance. Yeah.
Like the dude is man.
He's an
I
artist.
told
Hey,
AB.
I forgot one more thing. He's a comedian too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
He's
has
a
a-
character.
He has a stand-up.
Yep.
He has a stand-up special, and that is by far one of the funniest stand-up specials I've ever seen. So we're gonna make Spider-Man black now? We're gonna make Spider-Man black now?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That's what he said. He was like, it was that stand-up. He was like, they when they're doing a new Spider-Man, it was like, let's make Spider-Man diverse, and somebody put him up and was like, let's make Donald go to Spider-Man. He's nerdy, and he's like, and that's when the internet went crazy.
So yeah, so he plays Danny.
So you
See.
were right. I thought it was backwards.
Yeah, I just Googled. Yeah, so but yeah, I just love that This Is America song. I love the intro. That intro is everything.
Oh yeah, that when they do it in the movie though,
Oh, you're gonna love it in the
When they-
movie.
and that's
Yeah.
the first actual musical scene that they actually do too.
Yeah.
Lit.
Oh yeah.
And it made me wonder if they recorded the movie and then the song. I feel like that movie might have been sat on for a minute because it sounds exactly how it sounds in the song.
Mm.
What you saying? Yeah.
And shout out to the HBCUs that were on the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
That was lit. FAMU. Woo, those piccolos was popping. And I don't even play piccolo, but they was at that
Uh-huh.
playing. Yes.
I love to hear.
Scoop, you have an appreciation for it. If you
Oh, I
haven't
gotta go
watched
back
it
and-
already.
I haven't. I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah,
It's
Gremlin was dope, but the Rattlers came through.
that came through.
Man.
Oh,
Yeah, my
man.
homegirl, she went to film. She called me first thing this morning. I was in a meeting. Like, girl, decline. I already knew what she wanted. She
Already
texted me
knew
to
what it
myself,
was.
did you hear the 100? Did you hear the piccolos? Because she played piccolo. Like, girl, good night.
Yeah, I'm about to check that out because I
Yeah.
still just sit around and watch band YouTube videos and just
We can have a show about that.
yeah.
All right. Educate me.
I
was
play a
just
bunch of
intrigued.
band clips.
it gives you chills some of the music that they play.
Yeah.
Like, cause you never heard it on an instrument level.
Yeah.
It is just like, oh,
And you can feel it though in your bones. Like that's where music comes from. It comes from what we're able to make and feel, you know. So when you can feel an instrument, like I love drums. It's such a difference being on a floor where the drums are beating because your whole being is just you there. Like that's why our old spiritual music was all instrument.
yeah, it's a different feeling, man. It's woof. Especially those band room sessions where you get all the sound and it's just right there in your face and it just melts your face off. It's just like, oh yeah. Whew. All right, we can end the show now.
Yeah, I'm trying to be quiet. I'm trying to be quiet, man.
I need some water.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will see y'all next week. We're gonna go ahead and close this out while school cools off, and hopefully you can get a towel or something. But we will see y'all next week. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah, peace, power, love, divine prophecy. Be easy. Stay safe, stay dangerous.